bit before this text, when he says that the problem of just common person is that he doesn't know how to act in this world correct. The Muni, he called this Sthita Dhir Muni. Dhir is been like very stable person. Sthita is been very, very stable person. Munis mean intelligence, like mudrec, sage, yes, wise person. And to be wise person, you need to know how to make turtle kung fu. Like when turtle sees some danger, it puts his limbs inside of his house. How is it called in English? Shell, yes. Shell это раковина. И панцирь то же самое. И раковина одно, shell. In Russian we have separate words for. Okay. And yeah, it can be protected. So he trying to make Arjuna to understand him that if you see some dangers in this world, you should act like this turtle. You just need to hide your senses. But he said, if you will not do like this, if you will not hide, you will fall down. And he understands this line of fall down. And this is one test of falling down person who is not interested in this kung fu, this type of kung fu. He said, I can live in this world. Once we just visit Amsterdam, maybe hour ago, and we were smelling all this. My friends were showing me the city, the churches, church, and in all places there's the shops, yes, of bugs. You can smell this. So, what to do? Nothing. And this verse is speaking about anger. Yeah, anger is interesting thing because usually we think that we don't need anger. We need to forget it. But Rupa Goswami, in one of his books, it's called Upadesh Amrita, he tells that anger is like natural emotion. Natural emotion. You cannot do anything. If you have a husband or you have a wife and you tell your husband, please come back at 8 o'clock, but he came back at 10 o'clock, you will feel anger. It's nature. It's by nature. You cannot do that. If your husband behavior like you doesn't like, or your wife behavior something you doesn't like, you have anger. It's normal. It's normal. But what Rupa Goswami said, that anger, it should be not vanished. It should be controlled for some level, and we can use it. It can be used even in service to God. You can use your anger. How? To protect. This is his basic function, protection. If you need to protect someone, you need to use anger. Whoa, calm down, you got. I have no problem. We have Harinams, you know what I mean, Harinams? I was doing Harinam in Almaty, Kazakhstan. My first Harinam was there in 2009. It is Muslim country, not so, but still sometimes they can be aggressive. And one of the first Harinam, these big batteries we have for charging.
Power bank.
Power bank, yeah. Mm-hmm. I was going with accordion, and some Muslim guy he throw this battery into my I fall down. And we have one security guard. He was from prison before. Guy from the prison. He came first time to the temple. He was quite simple guy, in a black, long, I don't know how it's called. Palto? Coat, yeah, coat. In a black, long coat. He just came from the prison. He spent 6 years there, and he came and he faced me and said, I want to live in a temple. Wow. Like 6 years, no sun. Just live in a prison with a knife, tattoos, some Saint Peter, да?
Yeah.
Petra. Saint Petra and his
Saint Peter.
Saint Peter, yes, Saint
On
Peter
his chest.
and his chest. And this like I don't know some fire. I want to live in a temple like a monk. I said, okay, maybe you want to take prasadam and go away. He was coming for 10 days taking prasadam, and he was every day asking when I can stay in the temple. I took all my stuff, just one small bag. I said, not possible. Maybe after 6 months we need to see to understand. He said 6 months, okay. He rent a house just 2 minutes near my temple. He start visiting all the programs, and after maybe 1 month we took him to the temple. He took saffron clothes, and you know, on one of his hand, he has, I don't know, maybe it's called silicone. Yeah, that's what in English. They put inside of the skin, under the skin, not because they beat. Because they don't want to feel pain, you know. They can beat, no pain. Like, so his hand was quite big because this was under the skin. But he was like black color, not like African, but black because there was no sun for 6 years. And he was like, you know, very happy. His smile was like, woo. And he was dancing on the Harinam like this style. Usually we have ladies in the front, they make a beautiful dance, but he was always going to the front of the ladies and make his dance like that. The ladies were saying, no, you should go back, you should go back. And once he was like dancing in the middle of Harinam, in the middle, and he was dancing like you know, you make it like, I don't know, like this movement. And one guy, maybe he was drunk, he was going to the Harinam with stone face. He was going he was ready to smash, and Harinam was going like this, and this guy was going like this, and he was almost approached Harinam, and in the same place where his name was Yura, he was dancing there. He was dancing like this, and used his hand like, just like. And this guy was like, he was like, turn on the other side. He used his anger, very easy. Not like, my father was wrestler, professional wrestler. He was winner of the Soviet countries in 1991. His ears, I don't know, like samosas, broken. And he also was a security guard in the Harinams all the time. But he's very humble. He's Niraj Swami disciple. But when they need to protection, they say Shudhanam. His name is Shudhanam. He just took the person. Next one, he carry on the hands. We can use anger.
Which country was it?
This was in Belarus. Belarus, yes, before Kazakhstan. Srila Prabhupada gives 2 other examples of anger. He gives example of Hanuman. You know how Hanuman acted? He found Sita on Lanka. He found Sita. He came to this garden and he said, Sita, come, let's go, come back. She said, not possible, it will be strange. Rama need to rescue me, yes? But he was thinking, okay, what to do? He has so big anger to Ravana, he will destroy Ravana. Before he was searching Sita, it was at nighttime in Lanka. He was searching in the castle of Ravana. He was see that all the Rakshasas, they was drunk. You saw how drunk people are sleeping. And the smells was like from alcohol. And Rakshasi ladies was nearby also. So Tamaguna, he was flying. And one place he heard bells. He looked in the room. It was like 3:30 in the morning, Mangalarati time. And all was sleeping in Tamaguna. And only one person was making arati to Shalagram. It was Vibhishana, Ravana's brother. He was making Namo, Namo, Dham. So following different things. Then he found Ravana, then he found Sita, then he decided to burn all Lanka. They burned his tail, but he got benefits, some blessings from sages that fire doesn't take his skin. And he was like pretending that, oh, so pain, I'm firing, I'm the fire. He was jumping, put his tail here, there, and burn all the Lanka. He used his anger in Krishna consciousness. The second example also Arjuna, because Krishna wanted to make his anger more powerful. You know, when they face with Karna, you know who is Karna? One of the main characters of Mahabharata. He was the same level of fight, like the same fighter like Arjuna. Some says maybe even more strong. And it was difficult when during the war they start fight with Karna. No one can win, neither Arjuna, neither Karna. It was not possible. But then Karna's wheel of his chariot, fall into the dust, mud, and he cannot take it out. And he asked Arjuna, wait for a second, I will take out my wheel, my chariot from the mud, and we continue fighting. And Arjuna, okay. But Krishna said, what are you waiting for? Kill him! But he without his weapons, I cannot do this. He said, but they killed your son. They killed Abhimanyu. They were laughing on Draupadi, your wife. Kill him right now. And Arjuna's anger just arrived at his head. He killed Karna. He smashed into the wheel with his arrows. So in this way, anger can be used, but on other ways it can be difficult. Even we started, you can try to stand your anger, but if you have problems with liver, your anger will arise still. Or you have problems with щитовидка, знаете, как это? Как? Щитовидка на английском.
На английском я знаю. Skill clear.
Skill clear. Tired, yeah? Skill clear, tired. You also will have anger. You can control it. You will be angry because of the secrets of your body, hormones. You just feel anger. So the sage said that even sage, they feel anger, but they know how to use it and how to make it in the right direction. But here Krishna said the reason of anger. You have the lust. If you fulfill your lust, you get greed. If you will not fulfill your lust, you get anger. So lust, it's always the way, there's no way. Greed or anger. If you fulfill lust, you will more. If you will not fulfill, you get anger. And it all ends with envy. In Russian we have anecdote. There was two cowboys, yes? Cowboys. One name was Johnny and Billy. They was riding horses in the prairie, in some places. And they were envious to each other. And one was envying because Johnny was nice shooter and Billy was nice rider. And then Johnny think, and he asked, hey Billy, what's up? Can you eat the horse stool for 100 years? Billy thought, okay, 100 years, horse stool. Okay, they wait, the horse make stool. He ate, Billy gave to Johnny 100 years. Then they going, continuing their way. Then Billy is thinking, oh, I asked this to Johnny, thinking, oh, I gave him 100 euros what to do. Then Billy asked him, hey Johnny, but you can eat the horse stool for 100 euros. But I need to bring back my money. Yeah, I can. So they wait. The horse make a stool. Billy had this stool, and Johnny gave him 100 euros. They continued. Then Billy asked him, hey Johnny, what Billy? You think we just ate horse stool for nothing? This name greed. Nothing happened, but you just eat horse stool. They just give 100 euros and back. Or we have other story with genie. You know genie? Wapapa, wapa. You never had friends like me. Yeah, genie, he fulfills desires. You know this? Genie. How's his name?
What a lucky
Yes, Genie.
The lucky ghost.
Yes, lucky ghost. One guy found this genie. And genie said, I will fulfill all the desires, but the one condition. Your neighbor get twice.
Yeah.
Understand? That, okay, genie, I want a new house, 2 floors. No problem, get. He said, yeah, new house, 2 floors. He come in, but he looks over the
Fence.
and he see that his neighbor had 4 floors house. My genie, my desires, but he got like, okay, genie, I wanna get new car, the last model of the car, I don't know, Mercedes or BMW, whatever. Genie said, no problem, get. Opa. He get, but he looks to the neighbors and he see 2 cars. How come? My genie, my desire, but why this guy can't? Why is happening? It's not correct. Okay, genie, I have last desire. Third one. I want to become blind for 1 hour. I want to become blind for 1 hour. This is great.
Yeah.
You know, I was distributing books, and there was one compliment for people. If you say some compliments, rather not compliment, for people, they don't believe you. It's not about me. You say you're so clever person. No, I'm not so clever. You're so beautiful girl. No, I'm not so beautiful girl. You're so smart. No, I'm not so smart. They don't believe you fully, but you can tell one thing that yes, it is about me. It is 100% about me. How you know it? You can say you have no envy. You don't envy anyone. You say yes, it's true. How you know that I have no good quality, but I'm not envy. Why? Because all people envy each other. This is the secret. You can say you have no envy. Yes. Wow. How you find it? Because I can see it in your eyes. You have no envy. Because we all ill with this envy, and it can go so deeply we even can't understand how does it work. In Bhagavata Purana says Sangatya Sangaso Smite Seva Sadesho Krita Nisangatva Kalpate, that when we not conversate but communicate, when we communicate with common people, it happens nothing. But when we have the same communication with sadhu, which means saint person, we get benefits, we get some spiritual продвижение.
Knowledge.
Not knowledge.
Uplift ourselves.
Protection.
Protection, some movements, spiritual growing transformation, yeah. You should find this sadhu, sacred person. There's one story which I heard from Srila Indradyumna Swami. It's a story about sadhu. There was one thief. He was planning how to steal money from the king's treasure. And he found out that king, he liked to meet saint persons, sadhus. He invited all the time them, give donations. And he said, oh, I took clothes of sadhu, simple clothes, and pretend that I'm sadhu, I'm very humble sadhu, and he'll give me some donations. So there was 3 sadhus, and this thief was fourth one was there. So they entered the king's apartment. They was waiting for king, and then king arrived, and he was asking first sadhu, oh, please sadhu, I have a daughter, beautiful young girl, very beautiful, you married her and take half of my kingdom. Sadhu was like in meditation. He opened his eye, and second eye, become anger. He raised his finger and said, Sadhu will never attach to the material objects. Stand, went down. King approached to the second one. Sadhu, please, I have beautiful daughter, and please marry her and take 75% of my kingdom. The sadhu opened his eyes. Sadhu will never attach to material objects and desires. Stand, went out. King approached to the third one. Sadhu, please, I have a daughter, beautiful daughter, please marry her and take 85% of my kingdom. Never Sadhu will take gold. And then he approached our thief. He was pretending he's Sadhu, but he was like open one eyes to see what was happening there. Yeah? My turn. So Sadhu, you should act like Sadhu, very serious, no jokes, nothing jokes, very serious. King came, please, Sadhuji, please, I beg you, take my daughter, take all my kingdom, I go to the forest. And what did the thief say?
Yes.
He opened his eyes, he raised his finger and said, Sadhu will never attract to the material object. Stand, you go out. Haribo. This means that he has bad desires in the beginning, but he was communicate with these sadhus for a few seconds, and he thought, I'm pretending to be sadhu, so I have to act like a sadhu. And he acted like a sadhu. He doesn't accept. So in a short time enough, in Bhagavata Purana, you heard that Parikshit, he was cursed. After 7 days, snake will bite him and he will die. And he was afraid, is it enough 7 days to have a spiritual... Боже, опять это слово, продвижение на русском же оно похоже.
Uplifting progress.
Progress, to have a spiritual progress. And he said, even Maharaja Katwanga, he was progressing 48 minutes was enough for him. Even for us, this small meeting is enough to have progress. This is practical aspects of Bhakti Yoga. Very easy. Because Krishna starts, but Bhakti Yoga is very, very spread term. He started with Buddhi Yoga. He says before, like few texts before, he said you should practice Buddhi. Buddhi, what does it mean Buddhi? Intelligence, yes. So intelligence yoga, Buddhi Yoga. Arjuna thinks intelligence, it means I need to go to the forest, hide in the trees and meditate. This is Buddhi Yoga. Krishna is looking, he doesn't understand. Okay, he changed the name to the Karma Yoga. But it is the same Bhakti Yoga, but from different sides. Yeah? You can see, from this is bouquet. But from this side is one type of this one, but this is one, like Bhakti Yoga, different sides. He changed accent from Buddhi to Karma, action. because he's seen that Buddhi, this means no action. Buddhi, I close my eyes and then Buddhi, no action. No, it's meant action. So he gives karma yoga, but it is the same action. He said karma yoga, you should make Buddhi in action, bhakti in action, act for me. He said, okay, karma yoga. And Arjuna started thinking, okay, karma yoga. It is simple to act, yes, it's simple. But maybe it's simple, and if it's more simple, that maybe it means that it's not so like the less important level, not so high level. And then in fifth chapter, he said it's easier, it is like more cool, more powerful, easier and more powerful. Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga. And in Bhakti Yoga, we're quite simple. When we start, we were fanatic. You know what does mean fanatic? Fanatic means that you act, but you don't know for what you're acting. You make twice action with fully forgetting the goal of your action. Twice action. This means fanatic. My father, when I was a child, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5, he came from the temple and he told, from now, we don't eat bread from the shop. Okay. I will prepare bread, cook myself. He cooked bread and грецкий орешек. Грецкий орешек. Walnut. Yeah. We were using these breads for 1 year to open the walnuts. He cooked. Then he brought second idea, the cow urine. Yeah, you heard this is very cow urine. Yeah, cow urine.
Yeah.
It's very healthy. It's true, but in practical application, some drops, yeah, but not 5 liters. He bought the bottle 5 liters of this cow urine, put in the fire. We were boiling for 2 days to make a black, like. The neighbors were thinking, where cat died in this house? Who killed the cat?
Who killed the cat?
Where is the body? What the smell? It's been fanatics. One sannyasi, he passed away already. He was putting this material on his body and was flying, traveling, and all his neighbors in a plane was asking, can you please find us other place we can sit with this monk? It was the smell. Yeah. So to our enthusiasm, we should usually add intelligence. Then it's good. Because when intelligence without enthusiasm, it's funny stories. We get funny stories. But Bhakti Yoga, sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's happiness, but never boring. My spiritual master said it was never boring in Bhakti Yoga practice. It's easier, you just sing, you just dance, you just use your beats, and you have anger, you can fight with some aggressive persons. In our Brahmacharya ashram, monks, there was a lot of ex-fighters, kung fu persons, wrestlers, and sometimes they have this wrestler. I remember one story. I was in a Polish tour with Indradina Swami. You heard that this spiritual master, he's traveling and preaching Poland. And we have this tour for 2 or 3 months. It was 2007, I guess. And the epic of this tour is Woodstock, yeah? Woodstock, correct? Like 1 million of hippies. The huge columns. And we have like peaceful Krishna village in there. Distributing prasadam, mantra yoga. and usually we have the team of security guards, patrols. You know, there were like maybe 50 devotees, like ex-wrestlers, boxers, and they were like patrolling. And every year was some fights with some drunks, hippies, I don't know, some other kinds of these guys. And they were like, but this year was peaceful. First day, nothing happened. Second day, nothing happened. Third day, the last day, nothing happened. And I see that this devotee, they was a little bit nervous. When we can use our arts. I was cooking halal, and then by the radio, there was a signal. All security guards go to the Jagannath carts, not charity. No, not charity. Chariot. Yeah. To the Jagannath chariot. We have accident. And I was see like we have a big village, like a lot of tents was there. The people was running from all the tents. The security guard, cooks, like was running. Everyone was running, and they were running to the Jagannath chariot. And there was one hippie. Seen hippie. He just climbed to this chariot. He wanted to hug Jagannath. And there was like 70, maybe 80 people, and like ready to fight. And he was, help me, sorry. And Indrajuna Swami, he came. What happened? He start like arguing with his disciple. What are you doing? You're stupid. You make nervous all the village. And then he understand that this type of people, they need to have some resting. And next day he made competition. And he was made sudya, judge for this lawyer. Referee, yeah. For these fights, devotees was fighting using their arts. So we can see that in Bhakti Yoga we can use. Rupa Goswami, he said, Payunji tak nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. Yukta vairagya. Vairagya means detached, yes, renunciation. But yukta vairagya, it means correct renunciation. We can use phones, this ancient fortepiano, we can use the other things in Krishna consciousness, but you just need your intelligence, how to use it. Close everything. Hare Krishna. Maybe you have questions.
Any questions?
Yes, please.
So how to control anger? Then if we have anger, in this case they just started fighting with each other just to control their urge to hit somebody. But in normal case we can't do that. So
they have rest to eat with each other. Srila Prabhupada told that we can use wrestling, swimming, and running, I guess, in Krishna consciousness. Wrestling, swimming, and running. I was playing tennis. You can Prabhupada didn't tell anything about
It's not a Vaishnava sport.
tennis. Yeah. So, but we can use wrestling. I saw how devotees was wrestling many times.
How people in Hare Krishna movement look at the ecological movement. You know, people don't want to fly, don't want to use plastic.
Yeah, it's good. Even in a high level of our movement, GBC, we have this council, it's called GBC. I also take part in these meetings. And one 3 years ago there was one resolution that all the temples should look to the ecological problems and try not to use plastic, not to use even milk from the shops, trying to use like ahimsa products, ahimsa milk, and the ecological problems. We try and, like, we have festivals in Russia, retreats of my spiritual master. We have maybe 700 people, just 700 people, 700 to or 1,000 between. Hemakunda and Malati, you also been in Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
I visit. Rest last retreat it was 500 something like that, in the winter.
How many days?
Yeah, we don't use plastic.
Not at all.
Not at all. We just ask devotees who came. You bring your plates, matter, yes, and use it. If they forget, they can buy a plate and use it. Just wash.
Yeah.
And some festivals we have in the south of Russia. They use a plate from kukuruza.
Mice. Corn.
Corn. From corn. I don't know. So we usually try to follow this. But sometimes it's not possible to use plastic, but it's not the best.
Paper.
Even now we have electric cars, yes?
Yeah.
But I heard it even worse than petrol cars.
For college.
Yeah, because after they have this engine, when cars
Yeah.
we have engine, this electric engine, it's like, it's dangerous.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
it's even worse.
Oh.
Aku is very dangerous.
So Prabhupada told the best is bulls. Use bulls. Once he told in England, in London, that when they got this George Harrison castle, yeah, he told the devotees, you raise the grains, the vegetables, and you use bulls and go to the market, bring it to the market. But devotees say, well, if we will use bulls, all others they use cars, and we will come in the evening. Yeah, but he said, no, you start from the evening, you come in the morning. But they don't. But Srila, his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he was using car to make Govardhan Parikrama.
Oh.
Oh.
So going down the car.
Hey. Secret.
Yeah, even he used some circus, and some magic people, fire people, to attract people. So they was coming, there was a fire show, some magic with ring, like I show you some others. And then in the middle he was giving Gita. So Prabhupada once told that when they was making in Krishna Balaram these rooms, hostel, so there should be rooms for people who are smoking. He said, why? He said that's because people will come who is not practicing. His idea was to bring people from Western world to see, to show them Vedas, and he understood that they can smoke, and even he was ready to cook meat for them.
Oh, no.
But it's never happened, of course. But even he told about this, yeah. So even we can provide meat to them. I'm making like pilgrimage to India twice a year. Like from 80 people to 200 people we bring to India to sacred places.
From Kazakhstan.
From all over the world. And sometimes they are like even smoking. He approached me, he said, Dima, we were in Puri, Mayapur, Vrindavan. He was in Puri, I'm smoking. I said, I know, yes. But I heard that in Vrindavan it's very dangerous. I thought, it's very dangerous. You should be careful. I tried, like, in Puri he was still smoking, in Mayapur he was smoking less, in Vrindavan. He didn't smoke first day, second day, and the third day he was like shaking and he was more.
Oh.
It was difficult.
Oh.
Yeah, but finally I told him, I asked my spiritual master how. He said he can smoke, but you will take the car. Because he was the leader of group. Oh, I told him, Grigory, you shouldn't smoke. I came to his room, found all his cigarettes. I said, "Oh, no."
Questions? Shane?
Я Марик. Можно я по-русски, и кто-то переведет? Переведешь? Понимаешь, да? Спасибо.
I'll try.
Ну, мы не святые, да, и мы живем обычной жизнью здесь, в Голландии, как муж с женой, да, например. Вот. И вот как, когда возникают такие ситуации гневливые, как эти ситуации задействовать сознание Кришны, чтобы они были на благо всех.
We are not sages here in the Netherlands, and when we live like husband, wife together, sometimes we have these situations when we have anger. What to do that?
Еще раз по-русски скажи.
В конце что было?
Как задействовать на благо, чтобы было благо
Yeah.
всем, как задействовать этот гнев.
How to use
сознание
this
Кришны.
anger in Krishna consciousness in
I heard
family.
that Shacharana Swami told that
Hasta
you are all saint here because it is Amsterdam, yeah? He called Amsterdam.
Hey.
You know, the wife, husband can pretend that he is devotee, he's saint, he can act or behave in such a way in the public. But the wife, she knows his lust. She knows that he's a pretender. And then she starts like fighting him. And it's normal process. It's normal process. We have anecdote. When husband came back from the work, the anecdote is, как морщина будет на английском?
Wrinkles.
Wrinkles. Wrinkles. You know what's wrinkles? Yeah. You know that the man and woman, they have different wrinkles. Yeah?
Yes.
The man has like this wrinkle, no, like this wrinkles,
Oh yeah.
and the woman has like
Yeah,
this wrinkles.
that's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Because when a husband came back from the work, the wife waiting, and she asked him, "Where is the money?" I said, what money? They have different wrinkles. Yeah, like before marriage, I have with my wife we have like questions. There's 14 questions before marriage, which you have asked each other. Even after marriage, you can ask these questions. Very practical. Then we had 1,000 questions. Okay, 14 enough. And everything will be fights. It is normal part of the life of couples. All the time fight. But what I understand that man should always be, you know, guilty.
Grateful.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. He also, because he also, yes, I'm guilty. Continue. This is the secret. If man tries to
Take the blame, you mean? Not
take
really,
the blame,
Yeah.
take the
Not really
responsibilities.
guilty, but taking
No,
the
he's
blame.
really guilty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you know, in Vedic culture, it said that man's potential is like 1, and woman potential is how much? Who knows?
Half them.
Half? 6?
6,
9.
9.
9 times she's more powerful. 9 times
In what way?
in every way. Like when man he entered the room, usually he sit down and sees where is like запасной выход? Emergency exit. Where is emergency exit? Where if there will be fire, how to bring out the children and ladies.
Oh yeah.
And when lady entered the room, she just feels the relationships. You know,
Yeah.
she feels what's happened, where to see, how they. She doesn't say
Interactions.
anything. Yeah.
Furniture.
Usually, how men travel in car, we keep silent.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. We just go. How are you? Nice. Okay. And ladies, blah 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 blah. Everything. Different mentalities.
Not all.
some exceptions can be, but exceptions usually just follow the rules. And if you go in car, so what is your name, Prabhu?
Shane.
Shane. And your name?
Harry.
Harry. And your name?
Vitaly.
Vitaly. So my name is Devakinandana. Shane, Harry, and Vitaly. We're going 4 of us in one car.
Yeah.
Who have drive licenses. So Henry is driving the car, and in 5 minutes Henry will ask, "Hey guys, who wanna pee?" This will be a strange situation for us. Vitaly will ask me, "Where you found Henry?" It's like favor in a man's company. But ladies, girls who are ready, we're ready, go. They're going to. Of course, there are different types. It's not like it can be exceptions from rule, but usually like this, we're different. And so, woman is more powerful than men 9 times, and her like brains. We have 2 parts: logical and emotional parts. Like man brains, it works part to part. If he has logical, he doesn't have emotions. He just okay, let's take decision. If he has emotions, he's that's fun. So one or second, no like simultaneously.
No in between.
No between. But woman, she's also between, like emotional. It's
Oh yeah.
when she need to punish child, she cannot, because it became not correct. But she laughs, and she goes to him, and he asks him, "We need to punish him." He used like logic. Okay, no emotions. Punch his stop. So he is logic or emotions, and she's like, and she approached him. Let's take decision. Take a decision. He take a decision. I'm not sure. He make a decision and make a mistake, and she said, "I told you." She always correct. If he will correct, she said, "I told you." If you make a mistake, she said, "I told you." And that's why he should say, "Yes, I am. It's my mistake." Because for him, if you make mistakes, he said, "Okay, let's do other way. No problem." But when she makes mistakes, she says, "Why I made mistake? Why I didn't do other way? Why I choose this guy? Why I was looking for what happened with my life?" No. She has so many decisions. And so this means that in front of her, the man should be calm. Yes. Don't worry. Relax. And she said, okay. You make a decision, and you carry the responsibility. And in this way, she can feel protected. If men just play tanks, and she have to bring everything on her shoulder, it's difficult for her health. I know that in the Western countries they try like we are equal, but we are never equal. Ladies is always higher than men. How can it be equal? I heard that all boys are born like a girls. To become a man, you need to study. But all girls, when they're born, they have everything. But boys, they have to earn. They have to доказать. They have to prove that they value something in this world. So what we see, that lady, she's in this level, and boy, he's born on this level. He has 9 steps. He needs to work with his character, work with his behavior, everything. And like they want to do what? To bring girl down to this level. So that's what means equal. She's always higher than him. Because to be a mother is a sacred thing in this world. But like common philosopher or idea, they won't say, no, we are equal like this. But what to do? You will not ask lady to work in a Shastras, mines, mines. It's difficult. Okay.
Do you think in general, women are more spiritual than men?
In general, we are equal in this understanding, but for them it's easier to practice. Because the emotional part is more stronger and they can feel all these emotions, spiritual emotions, more easier. But man, he should understand with logic. Okay, you, tell me how does it work? Okay, what will be the results? Okay, what will be the process? Okay, how does it connect? Okay, and like this.
Okay.
But she can just feel, oh, it's correct thing. I choose it. I followed it. Because her mind is more stronger. She can feel the lie when they lie. Okay. But the weak place that she can believe very easy if men have sweet words. She can very easily believe if he has sweet words. That's why she needs some strong man like father who says, "Where you are? Go away. Don't take her." But in general, we need to respect each of other. Men need to understand how to respect women, and women need to understand how to respect men. In both ways works. Nowadays, we doesn't want respect. We just want equality. But where is the respect?
You gave an example of turtle, how it pulls its legs and head. Can you elaborate more on that? And if we keep on doing that, then how do we navigate in life, or how do we navigate in this world?
You know, our senses try to find its objects, and they won't try to satisfy this, to get satisfaction from these objects. Like when we have 5 senses, yes? Let's count them. Which senses? Smell, eyes, hear,
Taste,
taste, and touch. Yes. 5 senses. They're trying to find its objects. Eyes want to see some beautiful shapes. Smell wants nice, fragrant. Understand? But the information go to the mind, and mind collect this all information. Boom, 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 and mind follow you to what is sweet for senses, what taste for senses. Mind saying, eat ice cream, eat more ice cream, eat taste. But if you have this mind, but above mind is intelligence, buddhi. You should, because buddhi is not connected with senses. Senses connected with mind, and mind connected with buddhi. So senses is not influenced to buddhi. Not influenced to buddhi, it means buddhi yoga. So buddhi should be strong. And he give like orders to mind. Stop. Like mind see through the eyes and through the taste. Ice cream. Okay, buy 10 pieces of ice cream. Intelligence said stop. If you buy 10 pieces, your teeth will be broke, your stomach will pain. Too enough. So this is mind. This is intelligence. And so the spiritual practice make your intelligence more strong. Or you're walking on the street and see beautiful girl, yeah, and your mind tells, go and find out what is her name, her phone number, go approach her, and you're thinking, and then your intelligence says, you're stupid, stop, your wife is next to you. So this is intelligence. When intelligence is weak, it's like mind is going to his senses. So the turtle means to make your intelligence strong and to understand, wow, enough, stop, hide it, don't act like this. You can use it, but there is some level, yeah, of what you can use. It's a little bit open your question.
Questions?
Last one question.
general question about how do you see the future of Krishna movement, let's say, over 50 years. Can you share your
I can
your challenges?
Good question.
I can see it develop. Oh, development. Вот это слово развитие. It develops in here in Amsterdam. Because when I came here 6 years, it was not so many. But Russians, we have Russians meeting was maybe 20, 25 of us were there. But now, and I was visiting even Sunday program, it was few devotees. I was giving class in English also. There was few devotees there. But now we're on a Friday evening, 20 of us is here. It's nice. And it's developing more and more. It depends of the region, of course. I visit 52 countries. And see how its Christian consciousness is developing in different parts. Different. In Russia, it's still development very good, very good. They told all the devotees told us in America we also had like this, but it's I think it's another type, not like this. It become more and more popular because in Russia we are preaching through some psychologists things. We present Krishna consciousness like not like a religion when you can come and take part in Aratik and something like this rituals. We present Krishna consciousness like a science, more science. More give logical, more give some, not like dogmatic, you know dogmatic?
Yeah.
We give more like life experience. We have powerful preachers there, maybe 5 or 6 of them. One is Devakinandana Prabhu, did you heard about him here? He's very famous in Russia, he's doctor. He's preaching personal. Yeah, even you heard about him. Yeah. He's not a Vedic doctor. He's just a doctor with his own like style. He's quite famous.
But he never preached, I see, like Hare Krishna movement. He more speaking, I was listening more about the health.
Yeah, but 100 people become devotees after his lectures.
Yeah, me too.
You also?
Yeah.
She's the fruit of his preaching. She's the fruit of his preaching.
After 5
Yeah.
years.
Let's work.
His lectures.
And another one is Malika Mala, Marina Targakova. She has thousands of followers. The third one is my spiritual master, Sanatana Prabhu. He's preaching a lot. Maybe Gopal, Gadetsky, yes. And the topmost is Satya. We have Satya.
Oh, he's a very funny guy.
Funny guy,
Yeah.
He's using bad words,
Yeah.
but telling the truth.
Yeah.
Telling truth with bad words.
He's like stand-up comedian.
Yeah. He has millions of followers. In Russia he's in the top 10. In Russia he's in the top 10. Как эти называются люди?
Influencer.
Нет, которые ведут блоги. Блогеры. He's top 10 in Russia. You know, he has like 2 million of followers on the internet. He's very famous, very, very famous. But he's Hare Krishna.
And how movement look at people like this because they are not like directly making
What we have different strategies.
preaching.
We have different strategies. One strategy is to make devotees.
Yes.
And another strategy to make in mass, in the mass of
Curious
people.
people?
Yeah,
Interested?
not just the mass of the people, the majority of people.
Yeah.
They just need to know and have good understanding of Krishna consciousness. Do you understand what I mean? That in a majority of people, if they have a good reputation of devotees,
yes.
it's very nice. Even the task is not to make them devotees, but to make them think about devotees in a good way.
Loyal to them.
To be loyal, yeah, not loyal to преданность, да, but to be like, to be just, to think that Hare Krishna are good guys, they have a deep philosophy, because a lot of people just hate us because of the Orthodox Church or our mistakes in 90s when we were like fanatics. jumping Hare Krishna with different songs,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, in 90s there was one category of people who was going to the movement, crazy people.
Yeah.
In 0 years, more intelligent people came, and so we trying to preach in more intelligence level, not like on a religion level, because in our countries, in Soviet countries, it's difficult to give religion. And even Srila Prabhupada, he told that we are not religion yet, we are the science of Krishna consciousness. When you understand. For example, in India it's more easy. This is your Sanatana Dharma, you say, okay. Hey, Bhagavad Gita, okay. Krishna, Arjuna, they know everything from it. But in our countries we struggle. Even in Muslim countries, we never preach to Muslims because it's dangerous. Even I was beaten by Muslims 3 times. Once it was cold in the marathon. I was spreading books, and I came to one flat apartment. I knocked, and he opened the door. It was like a meeting of like radical Muslims with beers, and I gave him book, Krishna book. I say, this is book about Krishna, and he take Krishna. I was running, jumping from the stairs, down. Yes. They were running. It can be dangerous.
So limited.
So Srila Prabhupada told that we shouldn't sleep but find the new ways how to preach. And he found a new way. He was criticizing that his god brothers, you know. His god brothers was criticizing him. Why are you giving initiations to ladies, to men from the Western countries? And he thought there is no ladies and men, there's animals. I'm not giving initiations to ladies and men. I give this is animals. They have no culture and nothing. But he was preaching. And his god brothers was more radical, more fanatic, but he was more gibki. Prabhupada was more flexible, yeah, he was more flexible. He know how to adopt principles, how to preach, how to make them be Krishna consciousness. He was even one of his god brothers, he doesn't accept prasadam from disciples of Srila Prabhupada. They were cooked and he was not accepting prasadam. It's not clean. But before Prabhupada passed away in Vrindavan, this god brother came to him. He was like, sorry, and he asked him, can you take prasadam from my disciple? He said, of course. And Malati, she cooked prasadam, and this sannyasi, he took prasadam from her. In Russia, it's very interesting to look. I've never been in USA. I don't know how it's there developed. Krishna consciousness, can't say anything. But I've been in Europe. It goes in different ways in different countries. I think Slovenia and Croatia, topmost. Maybe London also. But we have some development. We have some strategies. Here in Amsterdam, you can see it's more and more people interested. We want to make our life more interesting, more deep. We want to make some philosophy, some nice food, vegetarian, some knowledge, how to make food nice, how to make good digestion, how to have nice sleep. Yeah. Everything. You can find everything in Vedas. Thank you. What is the time? We have 15 minutes.
Can do 10 minutes kirtan and then prasadam.
10 minutes kirtan, yes?
Yeah.
Do you know Nisimha prayers? Do you know Nisimha?
We can learn. Actually, it's a group of these new people. We cultivate here new people. They come more than a year every Friday here. Half of these people who came today. Sometimes even more. Sometimes some people didn't come today. So we just learning step by step. We can do also like.
I suggest to sit more close, just like very, very close to me. Don't keep the walls, they will not fall.
Like circle maybe? Come closer.
Come closer. Don't be afraid. You can sit here. We will sing for 10 minutes. Just imagine that this 10 minutes is last 10 minutes in the world. The high meteor is coming, falling down to the planet. Nothing to do. After 15 minutes, everything will. And this last 10 minutes, you can only chant Hare Krishna. So what to do? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Premanande.
Haribo!
Nitai Gora Premanande. Nitai Gora Premanande. We need Vrindavan. Music is nice, Arti.
Yeah.
We have flute, Veena, Nanga, harmonium. This is all Lord Balaram. We have some scripture. It's called Chaitanya Bhagavatam. The description of life of Lord Chaitanya. You heard about Lord Chaitanya, Krishna. And the author in the beginning, he describes how everything fulfill and keep by the Lord. This is Lord Nityananda, Lord Balaram, and Lord Anantashesh. It's one person. And Balaram is everything which we need in Krishna Lila. Instruments, even Vaishnava clothes, everything. So he helps us. The spiritual life is like it could be deep meditation. Deep meditation. Like 50 years I was going to India and scrolling the Govardhan Hill, Sacred Hill. And just last years I stayed not making parikramas in one place. And with my Shiksha Guru Bhagavad Prabhu. You heard about him? Prabhupada's disciple. You will meditate and this deep meditation can help you in your life. Okay?
Hare Krishna.
His Grace Devakinandana Prabhu ki jai.
Bhagavad Gita. I hope I was useful for you.